Well, good afternoon, everybody. Long time no see. I'm Jennifer of Jen's World of Stitches, and we are going to be working on, um, we're going to be stitching, doing a stitch with me. I know I haven't done one in forever. We are going to be stitching, um, yeah, I gotta remember who this is by. The Aspen Archer, and it is by Dragon Muse, and it's from Heaven and Earth Designs. And well, technically, it's Legolas. So this is what it's going to be. I hope y'all can see that. If you can't, I'm sorry. I can't see what I'm doing with my phone. But this is one I'm making for my daughter. She begged me for this. So I am stitching down in the lower left hand corner, and we are doing this on 25 count using the CXC floss. I'm doing 2/1, and it's going to be tent stitch. So while I get set up, I am going to um, welcome any new subscribers. If you are new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. And I've got to find my scissors. And I know it's been a while, and I apologize, everybody. Um, I'll get into that. So we're going to get started. So I hope everybody has been doing well. I am hanging in there. It's just been busy, crazy busy. Of course, it's the last week of school now, but always at work when, especially after Memorial Day or during Memorial Day weekend, it just goes from there. And it was even before that it was just really really busy. I um, didn't do a whole lot of stitching, and when I did, I had to kind of take a break in between because my right hand was just getting to that point that I couldn't function. And so I went back to the doctor, and he gave me an injection, which really, really helped. And now I go back in July and talk to the surgeon or whomever and go from there, because it's gotten to the point now that it's affecting my elbow, which I knew most of it is arthritis, but there is carpal tunnel, and it's the the nerve. I know I've explained this before, but I'll show you on this hand. Right here, the bone is rubbing on a nerve, and it is affecting um, basically my nerve in my arm and in my hand. And it's really, really bad. I wear, if you guys can see, I wear this every day. And so I told him, I said, look, I said, not only do I work in a grocery store all day long, I do cross stitch, and I said, I don't want to give up that. And he told me to wear my brace when I do. So I've been wearing it. And then he did tell me that I could get one of those, um, what are they called? They're gloves, but they're compression gloves, I guess is what you call it. So that's what we are doing, and so I'm waiting for the pharmacy to drop those off today, and we will go from there. Oh, give me 1 second. Okay. Okay, sorry. So we are I'm waiting for those to come, and then we'll see what happens until July, which I'm kind of keeping my fingers crossed that I don't need surgery, because yeah, It's really, really, it's a pain in the butt, and it's very annoying. It doesn't really, really hurt, but I can feel it when it does. It just makes it sore. And the cream he gave me, I can't use it on more than one body part. Don't ask me. I don't understand that either. So I stitched all afternoon yesterday with my brace on, my hand brace, and I had no issues. So I'm just keeping, we're going to just go with it and see what happens. And yeah, so it's not been fun. It has, excuse me. I'm so sorry. It's been, it's been fun. And I mean, when I do stitch, I have to take a break. And usually when I take a break, I don't end up going back to it. So it's kind of like, I'm damned if I do and I'm damned if I don't. So yeah, we're just going with it. And praying, keeping my fingers crossed and praying that you know, I don't need surgery. I mean, and he told me, I mean, the doctor even told me that if I do the surgery, it's only 3 minutes, and I think I have to be out of work for like a week or something. I'm not sure. So, um, I have to go back. Like I said, I have to go back in July and then, find out, follow up with him and see what happens and go from there, and um, all that good, lovely, fun, not so fun stuff. And my dad, who is turning 80 in September, I looked at him and I said, it sucks getting old. And he says, yeah, I know. He says, but I still don't accept the fact that you're 56 years old. And I said, well, Dad, accept it. So he's accepting it. And of course, he and I tease each other back and forth. And mom, or no, my dad has carpal tunnel also. And his is minor like mine. And he says, I've had it since, he could remember. And he said it never hindered him from doing anything. And I said, well, the bad part is my arthritis is not helping, and it sucks. I really, really hate arthritis. But, yeah, so it's kind of like, got to do what I got to do. And I told the doctor, I said, I am not giving up my stitching just because, you all think that I shouldn't, um, and he's like, no, we're not asking you to. So, and the glove, it's supposed to, I can use it every day. Um, he said it should help, especially at work. And then, he said I could either use that or this, my brace, when I go to work. So, um, he said that was entirely up to me. And I told him, um, the brace that he wants me to wear at night, I can't wear it at night because it makes my right arm fall asleep. And I said, and, I did, excuse me, I can't talk. And the funny thing, well, about that is he told me how to, um, what the way I should be sleeping with it. And I told him, I said, you have no idea how I sleep. I said, it is not fun. And I said, you know, I can't control what my hand does in the middle of the night. So I just don't wear it that much. The only time I really wear it is when I know it's going to bother me. And um, this is before I wore the brace. This, started wearing my brace to stitch. So we'll see. And he said, we just don't, cross stitch one handed. And I said, I don't. I stitch two handed most of the time. I said, there may be, one or two that I do stitch uh, one handed, but mostly 90% of the time I'm, stitching two handed. So we'll see. It's been it's been one of those things. Of course, my mother's like, you need to stop stitching. No, I'm not. If the doctor tells me I can use my brace, I'm using it. And it doesn't hurt, like I said. So that's the good thing. And so we're all just waiting to see what happens. And of course, little dude's like, are you going to have to stop working? No, I'm not going to stop working. I refuse. And I mean, granted, my knees are getting to that point, and, but I don't, I'm not stopping. Let's put it that way. I refuse to stop. And I mean, and I don't, we need the money, especially with the way things are going in the country now. And no, I'm not getting onto a tangent. It's just me. But yeah, the way things are going in the country now, I need the money. And especially now, little dude wanting to do um, do track next year, and he's trying to find a job and all that good stuff, and he's kind of getting a little um, frustrated because he's been putting in applications, but there isn't a whole lot. I mean, here it's like you put in the application and you follow up, and they don't call you back. Or if you follow up, they tell you, okay, we'll call you in a couple of days. And he's been good about following up, but they don't call you back. So he's getting a little frustrated. And I told him, I said, it's just being patient and keep putting yourself out there, keep putting keep doing it. And he just looks at me like, yeah, but this is hard. I said, yeah, I know, it is hard. And it's all about growing up. And he just looks at me and he's like, yeah, I know. So he's really trying, but it's been hard. So we're just, going with it, and we'll see what happens, because he really, 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 really wants, yeah, he really wants to be able to, get out there and work and support his own self, and we'll see. So, other than that, many of you saw that I did start the mini traditional nutcracker from, I showed on my floss tube, from Heaven and Earth, and oh my God, I have fallen in love with that. I had to stop it. As a matter of fact, I stopped it last night because I need like 3 colors. So I'm placing an order tomorrow morning and going to order those, because I only use CXC. And so I'm going to work on this until I get those. And then, I'll pick that back up. But as it stands now, I looked at the my stats for that, and as it stands now, I could get it done by December. We'll see. If I just work on this one, work on Legolas and the Nutcracker, I could get that done by December. So we'll see. Of course, everybody's telling me I need to, which I'm seriously considering just working on these two. We'll see. It just really all depends. Working on either that or working on Nutcracker during the week and rotating out every weekend. We'll see. I haven't really gotten that far. It just really, 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 really depends on how I feel. And lately, I've just been kind of all over the place and kind of not in any set, given set routine, even though I need to get back into a routine of stitching. And of course, my planning has gone out the window too with that, and I'm going back to basics. I decided to go back to basic planning, and you ask what that is. There is a company that I have ordered from before. I still have my Jane's Agenda planner, but I'm going to do something with that different than what I was doing. And I went to Fancy Plans Co. and ordered just a basic layout. And I'm just going to start over. And just because I think I was trying, and I'm going to be honest, I think I was trying to do too much at one time, planning wise and organizing wise. And it was just getting to that point. And I'm just like, yeah, okay. So, as a matter of fact, that's on the way. I don't know when that's going to be here, but hopefully soon. And we're just going to start over sticker wise and everything and go from there. And because I need to just like reset my planner life, period. I've been, as some of you know, I've been having issues with it, and it was like, because I couldn't get into a schedule, and I was like, okay. So the other day, I was watching YouTube and was watching FlossTube, and the person that I love to watch, it's called At Home with Quita, and she's this big, huge planner creator, influencer, and so forth, and that's her business. And she has her own planning company, which is, Fancy Plans. And I was like, you know what? I need to sit down and redo this. So that's what I did. I sat down one day and I just listened and I started taking notes. And so, yeah, I'm resetting everything. It's just, I think I need to. And I just need to. So that's what's going to happen next week. And will I start my Plan With Me's back up? I don't know. Didn't get a lot of views from them. I don't know if I'm going to continue on this channel or start another one. I haven't got that far yet. I mean, with work and, single mom life, I don't know. That's something that I have to sit down and figure it out because, I don't know what I'm going to do there. I haven't really decided yet. And we shall see. It's one of those things where I don't know. My kids, are like, Mom, go for it. So do another, channel and go from there. And I'm like, yeah, well, and so we'll see. It's just something that I've been thinking about, but not thinking about. So, yeah, because my life right now is like total whatever you call it, and um, trying to remember everything under the sun has been interesting. And we'll see. So I don't know. We haven't got that far. But life in general is pretty good. We are doing good here. Um, Everybody's doing pretty good. We're just kind of, I'm always so busy between work um, and life and everything that, there's not a whole lot that's been going on. Yesterday and today were the first 2 days this week that I've had to be able to sit down, chill out, um, breathe, and um, just kind of relax. And it's been really, really nice. Um, then trying, I sat here and started making a list of, you know, things that I want to do in here. And um, then I did start listening to a book, which is the next in depth book, which is, what is it? Oh my gosh. Um, Crap. I forget the name of it. I think it's Brotherhood in Death. I don't remember. It was one of those. And so yeah, so I've only listened to one book, and I haven't even watched FlixTube. So today or this afternoon, I'm gonna sit and go through FlixTube and go from there, because I really, really need to catch up on everybody. And I've been trying to, get back into recording videos, and we'll see. It's just been a really, really busy month, and my goodness, it's like, hello. And I mean, Justin, and then, of course, helping Justin. I didn't help him move, but he's moved. And um, just trying to get myself remotivated and back into a routine, and trying to, I had to basically redo my routine. So yeah, we're just trying to get ourselves kind of, whatever you call it, situated. And where is my thing? Here it is. So we are yeah, so like I said, today is the first day I've actually, oh no, sorry, yesterday was the first day I actually sat down and chilled out and did any kind of stitching. I stitched on mini nutcracker yesterday, and realized that I didn't have all the colors that I needed for one little section. So I wrote those down, and I'm going to order those tomorrow. And then next week, I should be able to sit down and get it going. We'll see. It has been, I know I'm repeating myself probably, and I do apologize. But yeah, so yeah, it's just been life in it over here. And my goodness, I feel like I have just totally, I don't know. I feel like I just don't even anymore because so it's been crazy. And little dude is done with school. Well, not done. He has half days all week. And so he came home the other day and he was like, I might be in trouble. And I looked at him with this look that only mom can give him. He says, no, I didn't do anything wrong. Okay. He says, I need $30. For what? And he says, somebody either stole either the way he's made it sound was that somebody stole his laptop charger that he has that he needs for school. Those of you that don't know, he has a laptop that he gets every year in school. And they give him the laptop and, the charger and blah, 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 blah. And so he had used it in class. Well, he says, I think I forgot to put it in my book bag. So when I went to go get it, it wasn't there. And I was like, okay. So I gave him the $30 this morning. And I told him, I said, next year we're going to have to figure something else out because, that is ridiculous. And he just looked at me and he's like, it's not my fault. I said, I know it's not your fault. I said, but we have to figure something out so that you don't forget to, put it back in your book bag. And I said, it's either you, don't take it to school and use the teachers, or you figure something out. So he and I are going to sit down and come up with a game plan for that for next year, I hope. And then we will see what happens because, yeah, he gets frustrated. He almost lost one last year. Thank God he didn't do that. That didn't happen. But he was pretty upset about it, which I have to, and now I'm going to burp. Excuse me, I am so sorry. So he's, not happy, and neither was I. So we will see what happens. And hopefully, we can figure something out for next year. And but yeah, he's doing pretty good. Everybody's doing pretty good. Miranda's doing good. She is coming out of her little shell little bit by little bit. And I think because she does telehealth with her therapist. And I think that's helping a lot too. And so she's, been pretty a little more social. She still has an issue when she goes out of the apartment or goes into a public place by, where there's a lot of people. So we've been kind of, trying to minimize that as much as possible. And, we'll see. I don't know. But everybody's doing pretty good here. We're just all kind of, trying to catch up. And that's why the big reason why I said I was going to possibly not do Stitch with Me's every week, just because it was just so busy. And we're just going to play it by ear. We're kind of winging it when and I don't want y'all to think, okay, she's just not going to do them anymore and I'm just going to unsubscribe because she's not. No, I'm still going to do them. I sat down and kind of said, okay, it's not fair, and I like doing them, you know, there are days that I don't have a whole lot to talk about, but, you know, I like doing them. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm just going to go with it and just take it week by week and see what happens and go from there because, yeah, I have no idea. And, and I just goofed again. Crap. Or no, I didn't. No, I didn't. Okay, so we are 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Yeah, I'm sitting here running my mouth and I am not keeping track of what I'm doing. I'm not even looking at the chart, which is really, 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 really bad. So, anyway, let's see. See what else is going on. Oh my gosh. I need to. Come on. Oh, I hope everybody likes. I got a new nail design. I haven't had my nails done in like 3 weeks, and it was just too incredibly busy, and I just sat down this morning. I said, "Yeah, they got to be done. I can't function." And so I went and had those done this morning and got that situated, and so I am good to go. And yeah, so let me get another thing of black. Bear with me. I got a big cone. Oh, sorry, big cone. From Crossing Crafts. That's who I get my floss from. Excuse me, I am sneezing. I am so sorry. And yeah, if I pay a little more because you know she's in the UK, but I can't find anybody. I couldn't. This she's the only one that I know of that has the cone, the black 310 cone, and so I ordered a cone, and that'll keep me situated for a while. And I'm pretty I was pretty excited when I found out that she was doing that. I was like, oh my gosh. And she's the one that is Crossing Crafts, and I mean, you guys should know who she is. She's well known, and she's the one that does the series of challenges for reading and cross stitch. And oh my gosh. And when I found out that, you know, she had this cone, I was like, holy crap, I don't care if it's going to be, you know, however much, because, you know, of the tariff and the shipping. And I said, I will pay it just so I can have it. And that's what I did. So I invested in the cone. So yeah, I'm happy. I'm pretty happy. And she's, you know, told everybody on her floss tube that she was going to be hopefully getting more colors in, like, you know, 3371 and all those. And when she does, yes, I will invest. So I'm just waiting anxiously to see when that will happen. And we will, you know, when we do, yeah, I'll be excited. Okay, let me see, where am I at? Where am I? I gotta make sure I'm doing this right. It's all black over here in this little section in the bottom left page on the right hand side, and Um, I just want to make sure I'm not putting it in the wrong spot, because I will. I will put it in the wrong spot, knowing me. Okay. This is going to be probably one of my weekend pieces. My daughter said, I'm not in any big rush. I'm like, okay. And I bought, I have to tell you this story. You all, those of you, well, I showed this on my floss tube. I bought a stamped cross stitch from the Tapestry Market, and it was Rivendell. And I'm going to tell you, I was like, huh, okay. I pulled that sucker out and I looked at that and I said, holy, um, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's pretty, it's pretty, I mean, it's pretty decent, but I was just like, oh my gosh. Um, all the colors, I was like, yeah, I'm done. And, um, I haven't worked on it like I wanted to, because of, I was having a hard time when I was working on it because of my hand. But let me tell you, that's one that's gonna be, I don't know. I told her, I said, don't expect this one anytime soon, and she said, I'm not. Like, okay. So she's been patient, but this one is the one she wants the most. And I told her, I said, well, we'll see what I can do. So I am probably going to stick with this one on the weekends, and we'll see. It just really all depends on how I feel. Um, I don't know. I may divide it up and during the week, and like, I don't know. I haven't really, once I get my new planner and get myself reorganized, I'll figure it out. So, all right. Um, Little dude got his hair cut, and oh my gosh, you all, this is the most hilarious story. Um, my father takes him to get his hair cut, and so he, we were sitting there the night before, and he was like, I want something new. I'm like, what do you mean? And he was like, I don't want my hair the same way. Okay. So I said, what do you want? He's like, I don't know. So he started, he Googled, teenage boy haircuts, and we started looking. And there was one that I kept coming back to, and he didn't like it. I thought, okay. So that was the end of it. There was no more, discussion about it. It was like, whatever. So I get a picture sent to me the next night. Do you like it? It was the haircut that he told me he didn't like. Go figure. So I said, okay. I said, well, do you like it? And he's like, yeah. So when he got home, I looked at him. I said, this is the haircut that you told me you didn't like. He's like, I know. I'm like, dude. And he just looks at me with this laugh. And I'm like, uh-huh. Okay. So, yeah. So he had his haircut, and he really likes it. And it's kind of, I'm it's cool. And, he's just shocked me because I wasn't expecting it. So, yeah, he's a mess. Okay, so, that's really all I have to share today. And I wanted to come on here and, kind of give you an update, let y'all know that I'm still around. And those of you that do watch my, Stitch with Me chats, and just to, kind of catch up and say hi. and let you know what's been going on around here. And so I am going to end this now, and then I will see everybody next time. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope everyone has a great, great week, and I will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.